Unlock the stories that define hip-hop culture. You're now locked in to the Terminator Experience podcast, where hip-hop history meets the culture right now. Hosted by DJ DVS and Minor, alongside the legendary Terminator X. We're talking classic moments, untold stories, and the voices that shape the game. Straight from the source. No filters, no filler, just real conversations and real hip-hop. Turn it up. This is the Terminator Experience podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Terminator Experience podcast. Tonight we have part two of the S1W's of Public Enemy. Let's check this out.
Let me ask you one more thing. Like, out of all the tours that y'all went on and all the places y'all visit, like, what was y'all most memorable state or country that y'all visited and went to and y'all enjoyed the most? That y'all all three can remember and say, wow, this is the place I would like to come back.
Africa.
As far as the location, probably Africa. The tour, favorite tour, that's a tough one.
Yeah, tough.
That's a tough one.
The one that you talked about, when all of us get back together, that's gonna be our favorite.
Okay.
We have a favorite tour because we toured year round, man. So year round.
Yeah, but you know, there's always that one place that you be like, wow, the crowd was beautiful, and we want to come back here to the same exact crowd.
It all becomes like, you know, day to day. It's like you're going to work, you know what you expect to try to get it, and this is the way you got to get it. Now, you will remember if the crowd wasn't getting with you, but you did what you had to do. And if you did what you had to do, everything worked. Everything worked. Now, places that we've been, like stuff that we haven't seen before, we went to Helsinki, and it stayed light for 24 hours.
Yeah, that was some shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was telling somebody, like, it was night. It was so it was Helsinki. So I was trying to tell this story in one of my shows. I was like, night came for like 15 minutes, and the sun came back up.
Yeah,
that must have been Helsinki. That's Helsinki.
Yeah, that was Helsinki, Finland. We sitting up there, sitting up there, sitting in the window, talking, oh, it's gonna get dark. That shit didn't get dark. We stayed up all night. All night.
On the flip side of that, we went back in the wintertime where the sun didn't come out. You saw a glimpse of it, and then it went back in. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, we had a lot of crazy. I remember we went to Croatia in the middle of a ceasefire of a civil war.
Yeah.
And they started fighting the day when we left. Yep.
Really, that's crazy. They rocked. That crowd, they rocked.
Yeah.
They rocked.
But I think with me,
Africa.
With me, I think I remember more like the bigger experiences, even more so than the shows, were the relationships from the people that we built. Like remember we went to Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo.
So, you know, prior to us going over to Sao Paulo, you know, we doing our research. We realized that we knew through studies that the majority of the people on that in that country in Brazil, you know, they're black. So when we got there, you know, they put us up in this 5-star hotel in downtown Sao Paulo. So, you know, we like, just like any other place, you know, if it's in the States or overseas, you know, we wanted to be where the people were at. And they took us to this new development that they had, that the government was trying to build up for the people there. You know, they had because we thought we were going, you know, because we wanted to go to the favelas. We heard about the favelas. So we wanted to go to the favelas. And they took us to this little, I guess it was a safe place.
Yeah.
So we get there and we like, man, this is not as bad as people was talking about.
Like,
you know, they had the camera in everybody's places.
You don't want to go up there.
This brother came past, and, you know, we was like, oh, it's the favela. So he was like, nah. He's like, this is not it. He said, what you talking about is down there. And he pointed down the hill. And I remember walking down there into the favelas with him, you know, because we sent Flavor and the cameras off. soon as they started walking away, we turned around and we just went down there because we didn't want cameras or anything like that because it wasn't that type of show.
Yeah.
We just wanted to just hang out with folks. So we go down there, and I remember we sat on the stoop of his house with his mother. Of course, they telling us a story about their conditions and all that other stuff there, and we were just watching the kids laugh and play, and I was like, man, you folks, and you get an opportunity. When you travel and you meet different people, you learn how to not take things for granted.
Yeah.
Because as much as you think you don't have, somebody has a lot less.
Amen to that.
And then the thing is like as bad as we may think that those individuals' living conditions were, watching them, they were laughing, they were joking, they were enjoying, they appreciated just the fact that they had life.
Yeah.
Even if it was just for that day.
Yeah.
So, you soaking up in experiences and stuff like that. You're learning the different cultures. You're meeting new friends. And this is outside of the whole entertainment thing. And then then we invited a shitload of them to the show. So, and then after the show, remember we got back to the hotel and we kind of ruined the whole group of individuals because we were teaching people. They didn't understand English, and we did this in a few countries. They didn't understand English, and we didn't understand at the time in Brazil it was Portugal. I know we did this.
Portuguese.
Well, I say Portugal. Portuguese.
Portugal.
And we did it in Spain, and we did it in a few. Like, it's a language barrier. So we taught them 1980s New York's hip hop slang. We was teaching them about, they was chilling, jail poses.
Yeah.
It was like, we were walking, they were all following us, and we were like, yo, stop, chill. Everybody just did this at the same time. It was like Raj is there. It was like, yo, who's this? Who's this? They said, this brother Raj, Cock Diesel. Who's this? His brother James, cool motherfucker from around the way. I mean, but just and that was everywhere, man. Like going into Africa, going into in Ghana, down into the various villages, and we went to the Liberian refugee camp in Japan. I mean, everywhere. I mean, it was like wherever the people was at. I think that for me that was the most enjoyable thing.
Did y'all ever go to a country that y'all felt uncomfortable or felt like y'all wasn't treated right because of our color or whatever?
I wouldn't say that
we from New York, so we was just like wherever we were at, we walked everywhere we was at with like New York attitudes.
Yeah, well, I agree with you 100%. But one place that we wanted to get in and out of was Russia. We were glad to get there and glad to leave.
Well,
back to the pavilions real quick, James. I agree. That's one of the biggest places that touched me because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember everybody had like a tiny small house.
Yeah.
Hut. It wasn't even a house. It was like a hut. It was like a hut, and they had like a parakeet cage hanging out in front.
Yep.
And there was no sewer system, so they had these little drainage ditches. For the waste sewage. It was terrible, but they were not
family type.
They were not down. Right. And I was like, it was terrible. I mean, but really, it was terrible. I was like, I remember saying to myself, I'd rather be homeless in New York than to be living in these pavillas. That's how it felt. That's how bad it felt to me. But they didn't act like that.
Yeah,
but the living conditions was terrible.
Yeah, but you don't miss what you never had.
Yeah,
you don't miss what you never had.
That's right.
I saw a movie on Netflix probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago, that showed that area where we were at. And I'm sitting there talking like, look, I've been in that area. I've noticed like it's definitely like that. What's going on? I'm sitting, I was like, wow, just the experience to be like, okay, we've been there, seen that. I've been in that area, like, so I know it's like they telling the truth and not like something made up.
Mm-hmm. And for me, another place I would talk about, like James said, Ghana. Ghana. I loved Ghana. I considered moving to Ghana one time. I felt like I waited too long. I was like, well, I'm too old to move there now. Go through many changes. And I I told people I used to work for the postal service. I had two good friends in the postal service that came here from Ghana to and they're gonna move back there. They're gonna go back there and live like kings. But they're from there, so they don't have any language barrier or anything. You know what I mean? They know the ins and outs. But I feel like but Ghana was I loved going to Ghana. And I try to tell people all the time, like, you don't realize living a black man or woman living in America, it's like you got you got a foot on your neck. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like when you're riding around, you're scared of the police, you're scared of this, you're scared of that. When you go to Ghana, it's like ain't no foot on your neck.
You feel like you're at home. You feel like you're among your own people.
Yeah.
You feel safe.
Yeah.
You feel safe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your guards ain't that high. You feel safe. You feel that you're at home. And that's how it make you feel. It make you feel welcome. It's a welcoming feeling. You see all these black people and everybody's just, just happy, and whatever they had, they were just what they had. And when we used to travel, remember when we used to travel, we always wanted to go and find our own people, and we always did, no matter where we went. Even though people didn't want to take us, we went on our own. We were all like, yo, where the black people at? They want to take you see all this. We were like, yeah, okay, all right, the statue's nice. Oh, okay, that building's nice, but where the black people at? Where the black people at? Where the hood? Oh, now you don't want to go over there. That's exactly where we want to go. We want to go to our people, and we always find our people.
Remember, we were was it France or was it Britain?
What's that?
We was like, we was in one of those things where we was trying to find our people. And we jumped into this car with this girl, and she took us to like this, it was like the projects.
That was in Spain, Barcelona.
Was it Spain?
Yeah.
No, was it? You sure? We went to the project, and when we
got
there,
to the projects.
When we got there, she was like, all right, I'll wait here. Yeah, y'all go inside. She was like, you're not coming? She's like, nah, I ain't going in there. They crazy in there. They be stabbing. She told us about all the fights and all how dangerous is in there. And she was just going to let us walk up in there by ourselves.
But you know what's so funny, too? Because I always notice that, like, when we go out somewhere on tour or whatever, it's funny because, like, you see, I always tell people this, like, I go on tour, like, with the Jungle Brothers and that, and like, out of all the clubs, and it's funny because I, like, it's mostly, like, a lot of white audience that come and support the shows. I respect that. But it's funny because you see them doing more stuff than when you go to a black club, they thinking that we do all the bad stuff. I'm like, yo, wait a minute. The stuff these people doing here, we don't even do that.
Oh, yeah.
But how you going to down my peoples, but then your peoples? So what they do is, all right, we get into a little fist fight or whatever. We might be loud or whatever. But when your people's in there in front of you sniffing cocaine, popping pills, and doing all this stuff and getting into fist fights, then it's okay. But when we turn around and do smoke a blunt or drink a beer, then we the bad people. Yeah. Like, I don't understand, like, why we always got to be the ones that take the downfall for everybody. You know what I'm saying? When people need to go and see other things before they put us always down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you gotta see different to know different a lot of the times. Especially with our people, a lot of times, and this is going back to the youth. when you're trapped in your neighborhood, you think everything revolves around your neighborhood. You think everybody
Yeah,
lives
you
the way
mentioned.
you're living, but it's a whole big world out there.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get off your block
Mm-hmm.
and go travel and see how other people are living and how other cultures. The world doesn't revolve around whatever block you live in, whether you're in Harlem, Brooklyn, Long Island, Queens, and you need to, like they say, in order to know better, you have to see different things. You have to get off that
Yeah.
circle. It's like like a hamster on a hamster wheel. You got to jump off that hamster wheel. You got to go outside that circle and see there's a whole big world out there. Everybody's not just on your block and doing what you do. You got to educate yourself. You'll see things different. You'll find out different culture. You see how other people are living. It broadens your scope. You know what I'm saying? It educates you. It opens your eyes into a lot of different things. You know, you and your mans and them, they just doing what they doing. But it's bigger than you and your mans and them. Take your mans and them with you and, and travel.
And you
Go, go
and
see the
it's
world.
true what you say, because like growing up in Bushwick, I knew people in my neighborhood in Bushwick in Brooklyn, where I come from. It's funny because there was people there they ain't never even been to
Yep,
Manhattan or the
yep,
Bronx or
yep,
Queens.
Yep,
They
yep.
never left the 7 block
yep.
radius.
That's it for them.
I'm like, yo, you stuck. I ain't going to Manhattan. I don't know nobody. I don't know. I don't know how to get to the Bronx. Yo, travel. Go see things.
Yeah,
But they just never wanted to
and
leave
they
the
never left the
neighborhood.
block. So you're stuck. You're
Yeah.
Shit
stuck
is like
physically and
like that
mentally.
like that movie like
You
that
see?
movie with Jim Curry, The Truman Show,
Mhm.
where it's like everything is just like one big movie set, and they don't realize that there's a whole big world
Mm-hmm.
on the outside of that, man. And you learn so
Yep.
much, man. It's like traveling, even if he's going from Brooklyn to the Bronx to Long Island or to Jersey to Philly. But then if you're able to get on, go further west out to California and then going overseas, I mean, and then just talking to people, getting beyond, just going to a place and looking at a tall building, you know, like I remember more of the relationship with people in France more so than the like the going to see the fucking
Yeah.
Eiffel Tower or shit like
Yeah.
that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, it's just that relationship building, man. And that, I mean,
Yeah.
that was the good thing, man. That
Yeah.
to me
I agree. Like, I mean, what's his name? Money
Money,
from
money grip, money grip.
London.
from London,
Money
money
grip.
grip.
Yeah, man. Money grip. And I remember Paris. Um, the girls didn't used to wear deodorant. Remember? I don't remember the girls we was hanging around with. But then, yeah,
Winston.
but real on the real. You remember that stuff. That's we
Who
talk to
was his
people.
name? Winston, right? Winston?
Uh,
But
They just
Winston,
call it
yeah,
money grip.
Winston,
Money
money
grip.
grip. Money's called money
You
grip.
be like,
I remember all that stuff. But
remember?
yeah, you got. Yeah, yeah, I used to love Winston. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But
And
you,
what was the other dude? He's
Cliff,
Cliff, Big Cliff.
He
Yeah,
passed
Big
away.
Cliff.
Rest in peace.
Cliff passed away.
That's across the way. Cliff was the man.
But
Yeah, I
even
remember.
in Japan, remember
Hannah,
Hana?
yeah.
Yeah, Hana,
The
yeah.
whole time
Hi,
we with the whole time.
Yeah, Japan. Japan was crazy. Like I always tell a story when the first time we went to Italy, and y'all know me. I always used to hang out in the crowd, and all of us used to go in the crowd,
Yeah,
and we used to
we
go to
still going to
we used to
crowd.
go to the soundboard, and I remember walking out in Italy, and this was nothing going on. The crowd just coming in, getting their seats, and we walked out. It was like an arena type place, and we walked out like with a basketball team would walk out, and I remember kids hanging over the the bleachers, whatever you want to call them. Terminator. I blew me away. Like, how they know me? This was all before internet. This is all before internet. The Terminator. I'm like, how they know who I? How they know who I am? You know what I mean? But
I remember going to Australia and we played basketball against the that women's basketball team. They beat the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's funny because it's like y'all saying, man, like people just need to explore the world more.
Yeah,
The world is so
yeah,
big for us to explore. Everybody's just stuck in like one
yeah,
area,
and
and it's funny because like I don't understand one term, right? White folks would be like, "Oh, that's an alien." I thought aliens come from another planet. We on Earth, we all human.
Right.
Last I recall. So how can you call somebody an alien if he's not coming in a spaceship? If we all in Earth, that means we all human. How is that word alien a word here on
And
Earth? Because we all here on
es-
Earth.
and especially here in America, the
Yeah.
land the land of aliens.
That's
You
right.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, because if we alien, we in the land, and you right about that.
oh yeah,
It's the land of aliens. It's every, everybody except the indigenous people of this continent is
Hmm.
from someplace
yep,
else.
Exactly.
Either you either came here willingly or
yep.
unwillingly.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right.
But
So
here's another funny story. I don't know if y'all remember that. And we were in Brazil, not Brazil, Australia, and everybody got tattoos.
You got a
And
tattoo,
not
Ace?
me. Not me.
you didn't get a tattoo?
Nope.
Yeah, he got one in the back of his neck.
No, I
But
don't have
you,
a tat. I don't
I
believe in
know
tattoos.
Rod didn't get
Nah,
one either. But the rest of us got tattoos. And then we turned this shit into a game where we would just like walk up to each other and smack each other on a freshly done
Tattoo.
tattoo. We during the show, um, we were S1W's. We do our cross on the stage. I stop. I'm up on. Now I wasn't on the riser, but I'm there. I got the headset on. I'm rapping, and then Chuck comes over to me, and he starts rapping. He's performing. This is the middle of the show, and he's like mid bar, and I just smack him on the arm.
Cold burnt.
I
And
missed that.
that shit was funny as hell. He just dropped down. He just dropped down to one knee, and yeah,
Thought he was James Brown for a minute.
well, it was funny. I just walked away laughing, but it
I missed that. I don't know where I was, but I missed that. Yeah.
that shit was in the middle of the show. You couldn't tell because it was like the show was going on. It was like he ain't
I'm
stopped.
saying the whole tattoo thing. I mean, I kind of remember, but I wasn't involved.
Yeah, everybody, Chuck, Pop, all of us got tattoos. All of us got tattoos,
I
and we
remember
used to
you.
just walk around, smack each other on the arm.
You remember when?
Remember
You remember
when
the first time we went to Tasmania and the guy on I don't know if it was the bus or plane, but however we got to Tasmania, they were telling us about how what happened to the indigenous people of Tasmania. Do anybody else remember that? No.
not directly.
Yeah. So now mind you, this is the people working with the promoter. I remember it because I talk about it all the time because I never forgot it. They told us about how because the Aboriginal folks was on Tasmania originally,
Right.
and the white folks, the Europeans, whatever the proper definition is, they started coming there, and they decided there wasn't enough room on the island for the both of them, and they wiped them out. And then they tried to say, oh, they had a plague, and they all died from the plague, but no, they. And this is a white dude telling us, telling us the history of Tasmania, how the white folks wiped out the Tasmanians.
That's part of Africa.
The Aboriginals, yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so y'all welcome to tell any other stories or anything you want to talk about. But I definitely want you to touch on your documentary. It was To My Rescue. It was
To My
S1W's. Is that right?
And to my rescue was the S1W's.
Mm-hmm.
God willing, it should be out on the streaming sites before this year. This year is out. One thing we're working on is actually trying to do like a brief theatrical release of the documentary prior to maybe about 5 cities. But what the documentary is about is, the name of it is "To My Rescue Was an S1W, a Public Enemy Story." The documentary talks about us as individuals, us as a group, our shared experiences with Public Enemy, tell some Public Enemy stories. You know, it's telling that journey through our eyesight. A lot of people know who we are, but they don't know us. Because like I was saying earlier, and Raj touched on it as well, you know, Raj, like when Raj was talking earlier, like it was never our intent when we came into the industry to be stars, to be entertainers, you know, the rappers or anything like that. We were kind of started rolling with something, and then as the thing started moving, we realized how this machine that we're now a part of, how it's affecting people's lives in a positive way. So we could now just kind of use what we were trying to do on that local level on a larger scale, and you know, and just share information to try to get people to be better, do better, and be better. That's all that you can ever expect from a person, is, you know, just be the best you that you can possibly be. So it was never about us trying to be Brother James as an individual, Raj as an individual, Mike as an individual, you know, signing autographs or anything like that. It was about the mission. So we've always played that background role. Even though we were doing a lot, we never jumped out and, you know, wanted to be, you know, get, you know, recognized and get the credit, and that we just wanted to make it happen. And with that, people was just like, oh yeah, those guys. So the documentary gives us an opportunity to introduce those guys to the world. You know, you get to see our personalities, hear our stories, and then, you know, and just share our life journey, from Roosevelt, Long Island, to a tour bus onto the stage with Public Enemy. And we got some heavy hitters in there, you know, helping us share our story. You know, of course, you know, Chuck, Flav are there. You know, Chuck plays Chuck's almost kind of narrates throughout the whole story. You know, Chuck plays a big portion of telling the story. Kara S1, Dougie Fresh, Ice-T, Ice Cube, DMC, and then of course, you know, Terminator X. Then, you know, some of our good friends,
Chuck Chill Out,
Ursula Smith, Chuck Chill Out, Ursula Smith, Simone Christian, Angie Reynolds. You know, it's just like a whole host of folks. And then brother Miles in San Diego, brother Miles Muhammad, San Diego. Chris Thomas, the comedian, who, you know, when you talk about funny stories, you know, if we sit here for another hour, we can come up with a whole hour worth of Chris Thomas funny stories. Darryl Brooks, the promoter, and, you know, and those individuals tell their versions of S1 stories. I mean, they give a perception of stuff that even, you know, we couldn't even tell it, because, you know, those outside eyes looking in, So, Doug, KRS-One, DMC, you know, they're telling stories, and I'm and watching them, is either on a watch back or even just watching them as they're recording it. Keith Shockley, of course, as they tell the story, I'm listening, and I'm like, oh shit, we did that. Oh wow, that's interesting. I'm like, oh, then it's like, they talked about stuff that, we couldn't even imagine to say, and then, we share some personal stories, as far as stuff on the road, stuff with Tupac, and so I mean, it's a really good story.
Absolutely.
Really good story.
Absolutely. And I got and look, y'all can tell Janal I'm about to work on a joint before he closes out. I know James, you asked me to do this, but I had an inspiration. I ain't gonna talk about it, but I got this new track I'm gonna work on, and hopefully it inspired Chuck to come lay some verses down, and maybe Chuck and Flavor. We'll see, but maybe it'll be the theme for the. But stay tuned.
Well, Chuck.
I got excited about. I heard a song. I'm not going to talk anything about. But I heard a song. I got excited. I said, "Yo, I can make a dope song like that." So
Chuck,
y'all hear it soon. Give me like a week or two, so I'm gonna try to present it to y'all. Well,
Chuck did say to you. Chuck did say to you, "Yo, Norm, whatever you need, man."
Yeah, but sometimes what he say and what he means are two different things. Because the vocals I got was like, come on, bro, you wasn't being serious. But this track is gonna be hot. I think it's gonna be so hot. He's gonna be like, yo, I gotta write some stuff. I gotta write some S to this. So stay tuned. But yeah, the documentary is great. It's gonna do great things. I know it is.
It's a good piece.
Absolutely.
And we have enough stuff. We shot enough stuff to do a docu-series. Like, I mean, we can release stuff for a long time. I mean, we got a lot of footage. I mean, it was directed and produced by Janal Torrey for
Supernatural.
Supernatural. I'm sorry, I had a brain freeze. It's getting old thing. It's something else. But yeah. but it was great. It was great. To everybody watching, I can't wait for y'all to see it. How about that?
We're gonna be waiting on.
Can't wait for y'all to see it.
You got any more questions?
No, I just want to say thank you. God, it was an honor to meet you guys and to share this podcast with you guys. And I'm looking forward for this documentary y'all gonna be doing. And, is there anything else y'all would like to tell the people before we end this?
Yeah, you're starting a website or anything like that? Social media or anything like that? Oops.
Well, you can find us on all social media at the S1W. The S1W at
the S1W or S1W's with an S?
With an S.
Okay.
Instagram, Twitter. We're more active on Instagram than on Twitter than on the other stuff. We will be doing a podcast soon, and once we look forward to having the two of you on our podcast as guests.
We'll be here for you.
And we'll be talking about well, it'll be a balance of information that's shared up there, and it's be more like just conversation with your uncles, and that's the thing about there's five of us, and as close as the five of us are, we're like that fist. We're brothers, and but with 5 totally different personalities.
Mhm.
And and the conversations that we have with we're putting the podcast together, you're getting those that pertinent information. Everybody's on topic, but you're getting it from the 5 different uncles. You know what I mean? You got your crazy uncle, you got your I mean, it's just what it is. And we got that. And of course, the documentary coming out. And
That's like the 5 fingers of death.
5 fingers of death. It's like Big Mama said, it's like when it's open, when we make a fist, it can cause a mighty blow. So I mean, that's what we are. We're that mighty blow.
Well, y'all was the main guys who brought all these shows together. Try to bring this one more show for the audience out here one more time, man. Unite it all together, man. Get this Public Enemy one more time together, man. We need this.
And well, that if the situation, I know y'all talked about it earlier, but if the situation comes together, give me a call. I'll be there. And I'm having so much fun now with this. I'm just. And just life is life.
Hey, you never know.
There you go. I'm in the same.
You don't hurt to ask, though.
Hey, look, James, I'm in the same space.
I mean, it doesn't, but I'm
in the same space because I tried to do it. I don't know, maybe a year or two ago, whatever it was. I called Flavor first because I felt like he'd be the most difficult one. But for me, Chuck was the most difficult one. And after listening to him, at the time, that's at the time when him and Flavor was beefing. When they so-called kicked Flavor out the group and all this, and Bernie Sanders and all that stuff was going on, and I just was like, you know what, this is just I can't deal with the drama. I was like, it's not worth it, So, and I know there are a lot of folks that would love to see us do it one final hurrah. I tried to put the short tour together, but it's just like,
I mean, I think if we all got together in a common space, I think it would be like old times. I think that that family vibe, I think if we all got up on the stage again, it would be exciting. You know what I mean? It would be an incredible experience. And and the group has morphed into some other things now. I mean, you could still marry the old with the new and put together something good.
I happen to disagree with that. I think people are looking for the original lineup in the original situation, because Public Enemy was the strongest in its heyday. I don't care. Nobody will tell you any different.
I'm not disputing that, but I'm just saying that for where you can't certain things you can't take away the other point. Lord came in and he carried.
Lord ain't with Public Enemy one luggage. Lord is with Cypress Hill.
I get it, but he still did was. Hey, man, I'm just what I'm saying. You get that shit together. Have your people call my people.
Yeah.
And make
a long story short, it ain't gonna happen. It's probably not.
I understand what you're saying, dog. We were Public Enemy. Yeah. We were Public Enemy, and everybody came after that. We built Public Enemy, and we took it to where it's supposed to be and where it went. It was us. People came later on, but the stage was already built for them.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with either one of you. I mean that's the facts of the facts, and that's always going to be. I mean. And I know, like, for me, I can't argue that fact because I know what my contribution was to the group. I know how hard how hard we all worked to get it that way. I remember going into the room with the 4 S1Ws, Terminator X, and Chuck during the situation saying, fuck that. We ain't letting nobody tell us what to do with this group. We moving forward with it. It's not going to end. I remember that in '89. And if it wasn't for that meeting, then, there wouldn't be a Public Enemy as of to today. But
here's the thing.
I get that.
Here's the thing, James. Though we talking about original. We talking about an original lineup tour. That's what we talking about.
I get the original run. That's why I'm saying have your people call my people. Because what I'm saying is,
that's why I said
I'm just so at peace right now.
Yeah, I am too. I get mad because I'm gonna share this, and I'm gonna share this with Chuck. I get mad. I don't like to call Chuck because he be like, "Oh man, I got this." I'm like, "Bro, I just wanted to see how you doing, brother. I don't want to talk about
situation.
I ain't looking for nothing. I just wanted to say hello." He like, "Man, I got this situation. I'm like, "Bro, it ain't, bro. I'm just saying hello. That's all. I don't want nothing from you. I'm just saying hello. And anyway, but it is
some real everyday people.
It is what it is.
Last summer, this was my last time on stage. Of course, it wasn't even. Last summer, Public Enemy did a show in Atlanta, and I came to the show, and the crazy shit. Like prior to the show, something that happened like personally for me, and then I was dealing with something that really was like head heavy for me. So I get out to the show, and I'm standing on the side of the stage, and I didn't realize what Chuck was doing until afterwards. I ain't got the best eyesight, but he's waving me on to come out on the stage, and so he's doing that, and I'm waving like, yo. So he comes to the side of the stage where I'm at, and then so I'm seeing him. I'm like, oh man, that's cool. My brother's gonna come over here and give me a hug. So he puts his arms up. I give him a hug. He damn near grabs me in a headlock and brings me like in the middle of the stage during Fight the Power. And then so now we going back and forth with the microphone singing the thing. So I mean the energy, the excitement, that was really fun for the moment. But then that next day I had more fun hanging out with my grandkids. So I mean it, like if it's something that's put together for a moment and everybody says like, look, we doing this, I want to do it, then you can count me in. I'll work hard and do whatever I got to do to make sure that it's the best situation that it could be. But I don't
don't hold your breath.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm not campaigning. I ain't campaigning for it.
No. That's where I'm at.
It happens.
Once I seen how much work it was, I was like, nah, never mind. We good. I'm good. I'm cool doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, life is so much better.
There you go. That's that part.
Not to take away that
all right, brothers. Okay. Any last comments, brother Mike?
Mike,
now we got you back.
Mike back.
Mike work on cabinets. I should just see the side of Mike's head. I don't even see it.
Mike had to go put up that $50 on the cabinet.
Nah, man, I had to lock up the church, man. Okay. It's time to go.
You want to wrap it up?
All right, so thank you. It was an honor and a pleasure to have you on the show, and we hope to have you back for part 2. And God bless. And
God
thank you.
bless.
Appreciate y'all, brothers.
Thank
Appreciate
you, brother.
S1W.
Norm, you know all you gotta. Norm, you know all you gotta do is just ask, man.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All you
Yes,
gotta
sir.
do is just.
God bless
Yeah,
y'all.
when y'all do this documentary, let us know. We bring y'all back on the podcast, and advertise it for
Yeah,
you
let us
guys.
know. Yeah.
Let
And
us
look
know.
for my upcoming album,
Yeah,
Chocolate Thunder is Lonely at the Top.
All right.
Should be in stores soon.
That's so funny.
All right,
Salute,
fellas.
salute, brothers.
Thank you.
right.
Appreciate you
Peace
guys.
and
Have a
love.
Thank you,
blessed
bro.
night.
All
Yes,
right.
Thank
sir.
you.
All right. All right. No, I love you, man.
Love you guys too. All right.
That's gonna do it for this episode of the Terminator Experience Podcast, hosted by DJ DVS, Minor, and the legendary Terminator X. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and leave a review, and tap in with us on social media for clips, updates, and behind the scenes. Until next time, keep the culture first, keep the sound heavy, and keep it locked right here.